Hi, everybody. Greetings to my friends, family, and ministry partners. I cannot believe it. We're here. It's December of 2020, and what a wild ride this year has been. And I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much to all of you for your prayers, encouragement, and support through this journey. Sometimes if I'm overwhelmed or frustrated in this season of waiting and perseverance that I'm in, I remember that there are so many people who are cheering me on in this journey and are praying for me and supporting me. And that is just such a great comfort. So thank you so, so much. As I've been kind of reflecting this season that I'm in, I've been thinking a lot about the Israelites in the desert and thinking about how quick they were to complain and to grumble. And there has certainly been several times that I've kind of turned my eyes to heaven and said to God, why? Why are you asking me to pursue missions in the midst of the craziest year ever, in the midst of a pandemic? And sometimes it's easy to get really frustrated. And I can definitely sympathize a little bit better with the Israelites during this season. And it's easy to grumble and complain when things aren't going our way. But I'm just reminded, but God, that phrase, but God. He's so much bigger than my feeble mind can comprehend. And sometimes when I am lost in my own thoughts and feelings and doubts, I lose sight of what God is doing in the midst of the waiting season because he certainly is at work. And it is my job to trust in him and believe that he is at work even if I can't tangibly see it happening in that moment. And I just want to encourage you that as we continue into the season of Advent, that being in this waiting moment and this trusting and long suffering, it's kind of part of living on this side of eternity. And so we have this gift of trusting in the King of Kings and in the Prince of Peace as we wait on him. And we get to rejoice that no matter what the circumstances, we can look to Emmanuel, God with us. He is with us in the waiting and he is with us in the trials. And it's our job and my job in this season to trust in him and to know that his timing is perfect, that his plans are good, that his promises are for us. And so I just want to encourage you to really lean into Emmanuel, God with us, and trust that he is with you in this season of waiting or whatever you may be experiencing right now. Of course, I certainly do want to update you on TWR and my progress towards ministry there. Praise God, my upfront one-time ministry fund is full. So thank you to those of you who have given one-time gifts. I am so incredibly grateful. Those funds help me to move down to North Carolina, get settled into my position at TWR, and are also used for any additional training or traveling that may be needed for my position. So again, thank you. Thank you so much. So that's a praise. Another praise is since my last update in November, I have added about 10 monthly partners. So that's so great. And God is so gracious as he continues to bring individuals and families alongside me in my ministry at TWR and what will be my ministry at TWR. So this means that my monthly salary is about 35 to 40% funded. So I have some continued work to be doing, and I'm excited to see who God allows to partner with me in ministry, and not just me, but TWR as an entire organization. So with that being said, if you would be joining me in prayer that God would provide those consistent either monthly partners or annual partners, and because one-time gifts are great, but right now my biggest need is that consistent giving. So that's my biggest prayer request right now. Second thing is, would you be praying for wisdom and discernment? I still have not told my employer about this pursuit of missions and am waiting really for the right time that God would reveal for me to share that. You can also be praying for some health issues that I've been dealing with. Nothing super serious, but I just need some healing. And I feel like sometimes Satan uses every little possible way for us to be distracted. And so if you would just be praying for those health issues to be resolved, I would really appreciate that. And then last thing, would you be praying for TWR as a ministry? They have such an incredible opportunity to reach so many people during COVID, during the Christmas season, through radio broadcasting. Please be praying for their ministry. Okay, final couple of updates. One, I've included some ways below in my newsletter. If you can't partner with me financially, that's okay. But there are some other things that I would ask you to consider. So check those out below. Second thing is I highly encourage you to check out the listener stories. There is a button that you can click with a link, and they are just incredible stories to hear of how TWR is helping people come to know Christ in the midst of dire circumstances or hard to reach places. So check out those listener stories. And then number 3, I would encourage you, if you're a Facebook user, please follow my missions page. It's called Jennifer's Missions Adventure. And some of you may already follow, some of you may have been invited by me to follow it, but I highly recommend. I post some updates there and some other encouraging things. Okay, this is getting long-winded, but thank you so much again for all of your support and prayers, encouragement. Please be continuing to pray with me. I really appreciate it. And I pray that you find God faithful and his promises true during this season of Advent. God bless you and Merry Christmas.